Discovery number 6. Things aren't always as easy as they seem. When he left Zoot's room for his own that late afternoon, Breckan ran into the person he least wanted to see in the hallway. His own mother, walking towards him. He could hardly stand to look at her face, knowing all that she had done. He looked down at her red stilettos, but the mental image of his father hitting Zoot with one of them made his stomach squirm. So he went for the middle way and looked at her stomach. Only then did he see that there was a small, dark-skinned boy walking behind her. He looked about 13, though small for his age, and wore a sweater much too big for him. One of his own, Breckan realized, one that Julie had given him. "Hello, Mother," said Breckan tersely. He meant it to sound fierce, but he sounded more like a wounded dog, which was a more accurate description of how he felt. "Hello, Petal," said his mother, as though she wasn't hurting innocent people with her despicable experiments. "I'd like you to meet Rizzo." "Hi," said Rizzo shyly. Breckan wanted to tell Rizzo to run. He wanted to push his mother over, grab him by the arm, and run away with him. But he knew that none of these things would help. They'd just get caught and be stripped of their door handle privileges, and be back to where they started, and more people would get hurt. "Hi," said Breckan. Do do you want to come over for tea in my room?" His mother smiled a tight-lipped smile. "Oh, sweetie, I'm afraid that will have to wait until another time. Rizzo has a big day ahead of him tomorrow, and we still need to run some tests." Uh, a big day? You'll see. Tomorrow." She started to walk away. "Then you'll understand." Breckan sat in his room, feeling as though he would never understand. He would never understand how his mother could deny Zoot's parents their child, without so much as batting an eyelash. He would never understand how his father could hit Zoot with a stiletto and continue to keep him captive. And there was no reason in the world that could justify to him how they would twist the truth and harm Zoot without even telling him why. But tonight, things would finally change. If they did not find the way out, they would at least find something. He was sure of it. Something important had to lie beyond that red door. He lay on his bed, trying to get some rest before night would fall. Just when he'd started dozing off, he heard a small voice shout, "I can't swim! Let go of me, you fiend!" It seemed to be coming from outside. Breckan sat up and made his way towards the window. When he looked down, he saw the talking mouse again, struggling in the guard's hands, who seemed to be lowering her in a small metal tub of water. She looked a bit mottled and splotchy. Breckan was surprised to find he had completely forgotten about the mouse until now, after all that had happened in the past few days. "Madam, this would be much more pleasant for the both of us if you'd cooperate." "But I can't swim." "That is why I am holding you, madam." Fine. But don't think I won't do it again." The guard sighed a tired sigh and seemed to slump a little. "Oh, little Miss Mousie, you know I feel for you," he said, "but spilling your friend's blood isn't going to help him. You know they'll just take more." "If you feel for me, why won't you help me?" "I am helping you," he said. "I told them it was an accident, didn't I? But if you go on escaping, I'll have to keep catching you." He straightened up again a little. "A job is a job." "Can't you just quit your job?" Breckan could vaguely make out the grimace that appeared on the guard's face. "Things aren't always as easy as they seem, little miss." He lifted her out of the water and dried her with a hand towel.
You do best to remember that.
And with those words, they were gone, and Breckan was left staring at a tub in an empty courtyard, hearing the guard's words echo in his head. Things aren't always as easy as they seem.